All right. Stage left, everyone. And since this is going to be our closing episode for the season, I know, sobrang sad. But it doesn't mean that we do not explore and play around with our last episode for the season. And we do that because our guest right now is breaking so many barriers and trying to create a lot of opportunity, not just for himself, but for movement and dance in general. He is known for conquering different spaces such as, obviously, theater with Mula sa Buwan, with Isang Himala, and with folk dance as well as contemporary dance. And also, my experience with him is directing movement for Himala, Isang Himala, the movie musical last 2024. So, for me, I think this is a very apt and exciting way to end our season by sharing a discussion on how we are, alam mo yon, trying to break barriers, trying to express audacity
as a bakla
by making sure that we always dare to play and have fun and, conquering these niche spaces kahit na ano pa yan. And without further ado, I would like to welcome everyone. Palakpakan naman natin, JM Gabli.
Tinodo niya yung intro.
Improv yun.
Oo. Parang napipressure tuloy ako sa mga sagot mamaya. Kwentuhan lang.
Pero grabe. Pero obviously, before we start our interviews, we do a lot of research regarding our guests, regarding the shows that they are currently running or will be running. And an embarrassment of stories have been shared about you and your pursuit in not having your start with folk dance and so many now that you've broken into you took the ACC, ma'am. As in, nakapag-fellowship. Ang laking bagay.
That was the dream.
So, before we dive into all of that, I'd like to invite you to answer the very first question I ask every guest of mine. How did you get your start in theater?
In theater?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this doesn't necessarily have to be theater na dula.
Yeah.
Theater as a space for maybe dance or however you wish to interpret it.
So, asthmatic ako nung bata ako. Tapos yung tita ko, alam niya yung Philippine High School for the Arts. So, sabi niya, dahil ano ko nun, studios. Sabi niya mag-apply ka sa Philippine High School for the Arts. So, pinag-aral niya ako kay Miss Ligaya Amilbangsa ng Pangalay. Mga few sessions. Nag-audition ako, natanggap ako para lang matanggal yung asthma ko. Kasi nga, sa bundok ka, puno-puno. And then after that, nag-UP ako. Hindi wala sa isip ko talagang mag-continue ng dance sa UP. But may ballet teacher na umaakyat doon. Tapos nakita niya lang ako. Sabi niya, huy, hyperextended yung legs mo. Hyperextended meaning yung joints mo ay, like, kunyari, ito yung, super baliko siya. So, maganda yon apparently sa ballet. Tapos, again, wala rin akong alam sa ballet. So, yung auditions ko, para ako talagang kabisote. Like, nakatingin ako left and right kung ano yung combinations. Nakapasa ako. After no, nag-umpisa akong mag-choreograph ng mga sayaw for UP Dance Company. Tapos, nakita ko ni Ma'am Jose sa isa sa mga shows. Jose Estrella.
Okay.
Sabi niya, ganda yung pyesa mo. Madumi lang. Ayun, bugs. Just after
bakit may reading?
Pero sabi ko, okay ma'am, yes po. Tapos, wag silang mag-black cyclings. Ay, noted po. Tapos from then on, doon nag-umpisa yung theater career ko. In-invite niya ako to choreograph for Bilanggo ng Pag-ibig.
Okay.
Dulang UP. Yung naaalala ko yung pinagawa niya sa akin, JM, ito yung eksena. Just do whatever you like. Parang ganon. Just give me something. Tapos ako, paano po siya gagawin? I mean, kasi di ba yung pag nagko-choreo ka, so yung choreo brain mo, nakabilang. Ganito yung gagawin mong step. Lalakad ka, 2, 3, 4, bilang, may counts. Tapos may music kang sinusunod. And then suddenly, gawin mo to. So doon na-test yung brain ko,
May
Jello.
music siya? Or
Wala! As in,
Ay, wow,
eksena,
award.
movement, straight play.
award?
Which I feel like naging advantage ko siya eventually. Because parang naintindihan ko na, okay, when I choreographed, I should also think like the director. Yung,
May narrative.
oo. Yung, okay, hindi ito tungkol sa akin. Hindi to tungkol sa gawa ko. Tungkol to dun sa eksena at doon sa vision na gustong marating nung director. So parang, pero ang tagal. As in, mga isang number, yung isang eksena na yun, mga ilang rehearsals yun, umabot. Tapos yung parang paiyak na ako, yung hindi ito para sa akin. But nag-pay off siya, nagtuloy-tuloy, mga ilang DUP productions pa yun. And then si Pat Valera, nag-ano siya sa akin, sumugal siya sa akin.
Is this for
Mula sa Buwan. The 2016 Mula sa Buwan.
So this was post-thesis?
Yes. Napanood ko pa yung thesis niya na yun.
Yung thesis lang ang hindi ko napanood.
Mm-hmm.
Parang lahat napanood ko na iteration.
Ooh.
Doon nag-start yung pagka-funny ko din sa theater.
Pero alam mo pala,
Rizal Theater yun, di ba? Or something.
Sa UANP.
UANP.
Yung thesis niya.
Hindi.
Yung post Erwin.
Yun yung una naming nood.
Yes.
Taray.
Yun. Pero kailangan ko palang sabihin sa'yo. Umarte din pala ako nung high school ako. Wow. Nati Krame Rogers.
High School for the Arts.
Yes. Dinala yung parang her son Jose. Basta ako si Jose Rizal. Oh,
Ay,
sorry.
Wow. Sorry. Womanizer. I love it.
Yes. Tapos dinala yun sa Hong Kong. Wow. English yun. Pero
taray.
nahihiya akong sabihin kasi, ewan ko. Tapos, umarte ako kay Ate Delphine Buencamino sa thesis niya. Unang Aswang naman.
Unang Aswang. Oh my God.
Tapos yung sinisinwork ako ni Sir Noni. Tapos yung Sir Noni, kainin mo na ako. Hindi ka parang umiiyak na lang ako. Pero, gusto ko yung ganong feeling. Yung parang, natutunan ko na yung, dahil siguro maraming pagkakataon na feeling ko, baguhan ako sa ginagawa ko. Parang nagkaroon ako ng, hindi naman addiction, pero parang natutuwa akong ma-feel yung gano'n. Yung always being like an underdog. Yung, okay, hindi ako kilala dito.
At saka
ilalaban ko to.
It sparks, it's not just a challenge, but parang hindi siya ding-ding eh. Hurdle lang siya na kaya mong tsatsagain mo lang at tatrabahuin.
Yun. Talagang tinaga ko.
And for me, parang, yung spark mo sa not just for theater, and it started nga, sabi mo nga na parang sinabi ng tita mo na gumalaw ka sa maraming puno. Pero from your kuya to Victor Flor, how have they sparked a flame in your start in dance naman? Like aside from your tita, like how did they start yung parang gusto?
Yung kuya ko, pero kami ng schools, apat kami magkakapatid. Tapos yung kuya kong panganay, siya talaga yung sumasayaw doon sa dance troupe. Tapos nakikinood lang ako at first, and then napasali ako. So parang feeling ko yung kuya ko yung nag-inspire sa akin na sumayaw. Pero yung sayaw na to, ma'am, yung talagang intermission number, school, ganyan. Pero natutunan ko na doon yung disiplina. As in,
bagets, ma'am. Ano mo lang eh, basta hayaan mo lang, kebs na, hindi kailangan discipline masyado. Parang, hindi kailangan ng sobrang, kailangan na drilled into it.
Oo.
Matututunan nila yung disiplina na yun as it goes along eh.
Nandun. Tapos stricto yung namin na yun. Stricto yung choreographer namin na yun. Pero marami akong natutunan sa kanya. So, feeling ko doon, yung kuya ko, di na siya nagtuloy, engineer na siya ngayon sa Dubai. Pero si Sir Flor, yung mentor namin sa folk dance, para siyang tatay kasi sa amin. So, alam mo yung strict but also may lambing sa'yo at the end of every class. Gustong-gusto ko sa kanya yung mata niya sa pag-stage ng folk dance. Only because yung gusto niya pag kino-choreograph mo pag sinestage mo yung folk dance, nakikita mo yung sense of community.
Yes.
Diba?
And that's folk dance.
Yes.
Folk dance is almost always celebration.
Yes.
Of being yung kapwa. The kapwa of being Filipino.
May tendency kasi na kapag ka nagsistage ng folk dance, it's all about the liad, the beautiful arm positions, and yung linis ng footwork. But then, pag tingnan mo, parang hindi sila tao. May mga ganun kang mapapanood. But with him, tinuturuan niya kaming mag-stage literally from the notation. As in, eto yung konteksto niyan, eto yung costume niyan. Oh, bakit yan ang floor pattern mo? Bakit dyan siya pumasok? Bakit dito siya umexit? Ganyan.
And ako ang natatandaan ko, kasi my mom also dances and favorite niya mga Mindanaoan.
Okay.
Parang, for me, it's not, sure technique. Sure. Pero the joy that I learned to appreciate with regards to folk dance is, it's always been the intimacy of these celebrations coming together.
Correct.
It doesn't necessarily have to be just the joyful, which is usually in the Luzon dances. Pero yung passion ng Mindanaoan dances is very, it emanates from yung singkil, for example, walang pansinan pero ramdam. Parang ganon. Yun for me is folk dance.
Yep.
And was this similar to your like experience learning folk dance? Is what was naman the driving force of you parang as you were learning folk dance itself?
Maganda siya. I think nag-resonate sa akin ng folk dance because nga mahilig akong magkwento. As in, bata pa lang ako, alam ko na gusto kong magkwento. Hindi ko pa alam na through dance nung bata ako. Pero I remember yung memory ko ay kapag nasa tindahan yung mga tita ko, tapos doon ako iniiwan ng mommy ko. Nakikinig ako sa mga usapang tita nila habang nagbabantay ng tindahan. Like true legit yun Tapos yung pag-board, wala pa namang phone noon So, tatayo ako doon, tapos kakanta, sasayaw, ganun lang. Tapos magchichikahan lang sila dyan ng mga kung ano-anong chismis. Like yung mga kapitbahay. So, parang ako, wala, hindi ko na... Yung before, hindi mo naman yun maiisip.
Totoo
But eventually, nakita mo na, okay, napipick up mo pala paano sila nagkukwento, paano yung may exciting part, paano binibuild yung anticipation.
Tapos yung characterization ng bawat tita.
Correct. Tapos may ano pa yan yung may pag-change pa siya ng, ay, tapos may mga ganun. Tapos yung, okay, ang galing ng mga gestures na yun nakakatulong siya.
Saka parang isa talagang buong teleserye yung mga tipo ng tita na makikita mo doon yung naratibo
Yun. So yun, plus yung pag-analyze namin ng folk dances. Like for example, sa Mindanao, kunyari, dahil ang Mindanao ay malapit sa Sulu Archipelago, tapos kalmado ang dagat nila, yung galaw nila, parang literally kalma din also.
Yeah.
So yung mga nuances na yun, like for example also sa Cordillera, pang maglakad sila, medyo tilted sila maglakad because bundok ang nilalakaran nila. Doon ko napipick up yung mga small things na, okay, importante siya sa pagkwento. Like, iba yung lakad sa BGC. Iba yung lakad sa Salcedo. Alam mo yun?
So nuanced. Ang ganda.
Oo. Doon ko siya natutunan ding i-apply sa teatro.
Speaking of which, like, how did the journey naman transition with your folk dance discipline? How is it applied now in theater?
Siguro from folk to theater, yung gitna talaga nun is a contemporary dance.
Okay.
Kasi tinuruan talaga kami na intindihin yung techniques naman and yung tools kung paano matatranslate itong parang very pedestrian and mundane and real kwentos into paano siya na-transform in sa stage. So, doon pumasok yung contemporary dance. Yung training kasi namin sa contemporary dance ay, alam mo, sasabihin lang nila, give me a study on circles. Tas bahala ka na mag-explore ng idea mo. Tapos pag ginawa mo na, tsaka lang nila i-critique, ganito yan, ganito yan. So again, yung pag-isip ng hindi pa binibigay sa'yo yung tools, yung pag-iisip ng mas malawak at pagiging crazy, kumbaga, doon nahasa yun sa akin. So, nung pumasok na ako sa theater, dahil lahat ng tao, aral din karamihan sa teatro, ako, bago ako dito, iba yung language ko, hindi ako lumaking theater. Feeling ko naging edge ko siya, Jello, na hindi ako tali sa rules ng teatro. Natututo ko with them as they go along. And then realize nila na, okay, pwede din tong perspective ni JM. Subukan natin to. Ganyan.
And interested ako kasi hindi specifically reliant ang movement with sound. And especially your approach is also anchored on narrative, anchored on and for me ang curious ako on is how how do you now parang hone your artistic voice, or have you anchored yourself on a specific artistic style with regards to your choreography in theater? And do you think you found a form of signature for yourself on how you direct or create these movements?
Sa theater, wala. As in, klaro sa akin na kung ano yung vision ng director, yun yung susundin ko.
That's so
Parang,
interesting.
Sure, meron akong gustong gawin.
Yeah.
Pero kailangan kong ma-make sure na aligned ako sa vision ng director. Kaya kung tatanungin yung mga director na nakakatrabaho ko, marami akong tanong. As in, matanong akong tao. Kasi kailangan clear sa akin yung picture. Dapat chinika mo sa akin lahat.
True.
Nabasa ko yung script, gumawa ko ng research, nagchikahan tayo, nagtanong pa ako sa ibang collaborators bago ko makuha yung buong picture. Ganon
kasi
siya.
kwento nga eh.
Kasi kwento talaga siya. Kung hindi tayo aligned, natatakot ako na hindi swak. Yun.
And with how accommodating you are with regards to, pursuing yun nga, the story for your production, are there common challenges that you experience
dito
naman
sa production na to?
Not necessarily. No. Like, dahil nga ang dami mo ring pinapasok, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, ang dami mo ring ginagawa.
Saan nga tayo? Ano nga yung
hindi ba siya, kumbaga, hindi ba siya nagiging challenge na kakailanganin mo talaga maging constantly nag-a-adapt, hinuhulma yung sarili mo sa pangangailangan nung palabas, nung director, even nung actors or nung dancers. Like, where do you find yourself with regards to adapting to these new spaces?
Ang thinking ko ay lahat ng mga bagong bagay na to na ina-adaptan ko, makakatulong to sa akin sa pag-create ko ng contemporary dance. Palaging babalik sa sayaw. Like, kunyari, for example, gusto kong makatrabaho si Sir Ed Lacson. Kasi alam ko, kahit mahirap ito, may matututunan ako sa kanya na madadala ko sa sayaw.
Ganda.
Always ganon. Always
Totoo.
ganon. As in. So, honestly, nasa point na ako na tinitingnan ko na kung ano yung gains ko from this production.
Nag-inventory ka na ng mga natutunan.
Yes.
Ang saya.
Nandun na ako. So, thank you so much. Ayun.
Ang saya. And siguro, before we take a break, gusto ko rin makita yung parang not just the adaptability, and how, now that you are doing an inventory of what you've learned, what do you think is now are the things that you have taken and cherished from your experience with Guangming, with your experience with Philippine High School for the Arts, tapos the different productions and the ACC, yung Asian Cultural Center Fellowship. Ano yung mga takeaways na yon na feeling mo, ito, nakuha ko to dito? And where do you find yourself now na nakakapag-inventory ka na?
Yung pinaka nakuha ko, well, hindi pala pinaka, mga 2 or 3 sa mga nakuha ko. Una, hindi classical ballet ang highest form of art. Like, in contemporary dance, especially, hindi kailangan classically trained. Although magandang training sa mga dancers ang magkaroon ng classical ballet training because it somehow shortcuts doon sa understanding of lines and your own bodies, ganyan. Pero nung nagpunta ako sa New York, nakikita ko yung mga nagko-contemporary dance doon na, ibang technique to. Tapos hindi sila classically trained. So,
hindi perfect ang paa.
Yes, exactly.
Hindi kailangan na
maraming umikot, ganyan. And so, nagkaroon ako ng hope kasi yung mga tinuturuan ko sa Guangming, yung mga scholars namin sa Guangming, hindi talaga sila classically trained. And before, bago ako mag-ACC, pinupush ko na dapat magaling sa ballet. Narealize ko na, hindi, may other ways. Pwedeng mag-coexist na magaling sila sa ballet, magaling sila sa contempt, or hindi sila magaling sa ballet, pero magaling sila sa contempt. That's one. Number 2, this idea of collaboration and co-creation with your co-actors or your dancers. Sobrang na-amplify siya after Sideshow, the musical. Doon ko na-realize na, kung may idea ka, hindi kailangan ikaw yung always magsosolve. You can always ask your actors. You can always ask the director. And maraming ideas na lalabas na magaganda.
Also anchored on the principle of sharing the narrative.
Yes.
Which is what you work with.
So, simula nun, nung ginagawa ko, yun yung naging tema, as in anchor also nung production namin. Yung transformation ko, in a way, as a choreographer, as an educator, yun yung gusto kong ipalabas dito sa bago naming production sa Married Dance, yung A Dance in a Day in a Dance.
Oo. And
yun.
Ang saya nung marinig din na hindi kailangan Western standards ang gold standard with regards to saying that ito yung magaling. Na ang saya na makita na pwedeng accessible yung gold standard. It could be a gold standard for folk dance, maybe. Gold standard for contempt. And this, kumbaga, parang equalizes. It levels of accessibility for dancers, for aspiring dancers.
Correct.
At maganda siya. Maganda siyang pakinggan.
Oo. I think nga at this point, yung kung nasaan ng sayaw ngayon, nandun talaga siya sa dapat versatile ka. Hindi, at least for me, kung sa industriya na to, dapat mabilis ka mag-adapt. Like, sure, magaling ka dito. Pero, kailangan magaling ka rin kapag ka nanghingi ng kunwari at groove from the street dance. Ganyan. Ng konting lagkit from jazz. Kailangan kaya mo mag-adapt. Otherwise, merong someone na magti-take over sa'yo.
And it also shows na, yun nga, hindi isa ang itsura ng sayaw.
Def.
Hindi iisa ang itsura ng movement. And hindi nakakahon ang itsura ng movement. And bago natin itawid sa ating next part, we would like to thank our partners. Maraming salamat. And we will be taking a break. Balik tayo later. We'd like to thank the following partners. Clieg Studio Self-Photo Studio, the first self-photo with cake decorating concept in the Philippines. The studio is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Mondays through Thursdays and 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. from Fridays through Sundays. Sunnyside Sound Productions. All of our partners are located at Cubao Expo, Quezon City. Now, back to our show. Okay, we're back.
Alright.
Salamat sa ating mga partners.
Alright.
Siyempre, paggalaw ko very limited.
Maganda yun. Konting shoulder.
Konting shoulder. Siyempre, pasikat tayo as an dancerist. Baka makasta ko. Huy! Hindi, pero maraming salamat sa ating mga partners for allowing us to continue doing what we are doing. Kasi maraming salamat. And kahit na last episode na, kailangan ko mag-break, ma'am, post-surgery. Hindi, pero let's go back and I sobrang interested ako talaga sa conversation natin kasi again, hindi ako confident mover eh.
Okay.
And I'm very fortunate with na most of my the choreographers and the movement directors that I've experienced working with are very generous with yung anxiety ng mga tao na hindi talaga dancer. And same with Himala. Like, hindi naman kami lahat dancer, ma'am. Pero, you know, it's nice to have an access to dance and movement na hindi ka mahuhusgahan.
Correct. And I think also because of that, naturuan din akong maging patient. Na, okay, hindi niya masyadong naintindihan yung sinabi ko. Baka may kailangan akong gawin para mas maintindihan niya. Or baka may other ways of teaching him the choreo, ganyan. So,
kasi gusto naman.
Balikan siya, promise.
Balikan talaga. Pero yun nga. So, given that you have learned this discipline of being of patience and graciousness with regards to the different levels of people doing dance, what inspired and what was the catalyst of you starting Married Dance? Gusto mo yung tawid na yun? Grabe yung ano ko doon,
diba?
Segue ko doon eh.
Sandali, parang umuro nga yung pantog ko. First, yung dahil 5 kami niyan sa Married Dance. Tapos lahat kami ay dance major sa UP. So college pa lang kami, gusto na talaga naming bumuo ng dance company. Pero purely pangarap. passion.
Ay, nako, I know that so well.
So after that, nag-iba-iba kami ng careers. May nag-masters abroad, may nag-PhD. Ako, nag-theater ako. Yung iba, nag-company. Tapos para bang, hindi, babalik at babalik talaga tayo sa Pinas. Nagsama-sama ulit kami nung lahat kami naging faculty members ng Guangming College. So it's an art school in Tagaytay. Tapos lahat ng mga bata ay scholars.
Yeah.
Tapos doon namin nakita na, I think may need na, dahil ito yung tinuturo natin sa kanila, may need para magtuloy-tuloy ito. At hindi ko alam kung fit sila sa mga existing companies na meron dito sa Maynila.
Yeah.
So, naisipan din naming magbumuo dahil doon. But ano nga ulit yung tanong? Kailangan kong alalahanin. Kasi parang dalawa yung sagot ko eh.
Paano siya nag-start? You mentioned nga na pangarap niyo siya bilang grupo. Now, what was the impetus? What was the catalyst of saying, nasabi na tipong, okay, balik tayo.
Alam ko na yung isa.
Oo.
So yung pangalawa is because alam namin yung kaya namin gawin sa contemporary dance. And yung sad reality about contemporary dance ay may impression siyang intimidating at dahil abstracted, mahirap intindihin. At kailangan mo talagang maglaan ng oras at utak para ma-appreciate, I'd say. So, ang question namin, paano natin i-bridge itong contemporary dance at ang Filipino audience? Sobrang inspired kami sa theater na left and right in any space available. May teatro, malalaking institutions, maliliit na spaces, independent companies. Parang pinupuntahan sila ng audience. Paano kaya yun sa dance also? So, naging dream siya na I hope one day na pilahan din kami. So, binuo namin yung Mary Dance for that sake. Now, first, 1 taon na kami, ang mga ginawa namin ay, one, naintindihan namin na sa pag-survive ng kumpanya, kailangan naming tumanggap ng maraming corporate events.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
As in, hindi siya something na kailangan kong itago. Like, kung anong gusto, kung anong definition ng client ng contemporary dance, ibibigay ko sa'yo, excellent.
Yeah.
Kung etong gusto mo, go.
Yeah.
Kung eto, go.
Yan ang realidad ng Pilipinas, ma'am, na entertainment field. Like, even the theater actors, they have Madison, they have clowning around. The actors are, the performers there for parties, birthday parties, are theater actors.
Alam mo kasi yung, again, impression ko na sa industriya namin, medyo hindi kasing level ang tingin nila kapag gig, racket, event. Parang, okay, mabilisan yung sayawan. Pero iba kapag theater shows, dance shows na nasa teatro. You get what I mean? Na it's a lower form. But for me, hindi. Ito, trabaho to, binayaran tayo. Trabaho to, deliver tayo. Parang ganon.
And it's also a different,
lumipad
different monster talaga yung, ang hirap kasi talagang, different monster talaga yung just pursuing art and trying to survive in the Philippines. Sa totoo lang. And coming from, like, we are on the other side of theater. We, kung saan kami naman ang parang tambuli ng teatro na kami ang nag-feature ng mga palabas. Iba din. Hindi kami sikat na podcast. Parang hindi rin kami sikat na, alam mo yun, iba talaga. Iba ang tingin. Basta may nakakabit na na teatro, kumbaga. Iba.
Okay,
so,
okay.
It's the same. Basically, you do what you can, kumbaga, for the art form. And yung question ko din naman, now that you pursued Mary Dance na, dyan na siya. After 1 year, ilaban na natin ang produksyon.
Correct.
So, a day in a dance, a dance and a day in a dance, and kumbaga, from what I understand, is a look back on the performances that you've done. And how do you see them now that I would say na medyo pamature na nag-inventory ka na ng ano mo. How do you see your works now and this in your current eyes na medyo mas tenured ka na, mas nakakatanda ka na? Kasi ginawa mo siya noon eh. Paano mo siya nakikita ngayon?
Nung ginagawa ko na siya, may itch akong baguhin yung maraming sections ng choreographies. Kasi nga, nag-iba na rin yung paningin ko sa choreography. But then, na-realize ko na hindi. Alam mo, hindi ko siya kailangan palitan. Kasi it also shows my journey.
Yeah.
Kung itong pyesa na to ay may 2013 piece, tas ganito pa yung pagtingin ko sa contemporary dance, and so be it. And it turns out, that pyesa, which is Bent, crowd favorite siya. Compared dun sa mga newer works ko. So, I think, parang, again, at the end of the day, kung may gusto kang sabihin, dapat hindi mo siya itago at ikahiya. Malaking bagay yun sa amin kasi nga. Alam mo yung Mary, sorry, tatalon lang ako. Patalon-talon yung sagot ko, ma.
Go, ma'am.
Mary is my second name. Yung pangalan ng Mary, so Japhet Mary, palagi ko siyang hindi binabanggit. Kasi nahihiya ako. Kasi it sounds Mary na pambabae. Ganon ako nung elementary, Marihan. Tapos ganon din yung contemporary dance. When people ask me, oh, what do you do? Sabi ko, I'm a ballet dancer. I'm a folk dancer. But seldom yung contemporary dance. Because again, kailangan kong i-explain contemporary dance is chu-chu-chu-chu-chu-chu. But then, after my ACC, na-realize ko, commit ka. Kung ito ginagawa mo, kung iba ka sa ginagawa nila, ilaban mo, Huwag mo nang itago-tago.
Totoo.
So, Mary, apart from being maari, which what is possible, thinking of all the possibilities and the future of dance, it also highlights yung mga the unique side of us. Kung meron pang ibang term for unique, yun yung ilalagay ko. So,
and
yun.
Ano siya,
Tumalo na naman ako naman ako.
Tama lang, okay lang yun. Kasi pinag-uusapan naman natin yung
yung pag-look back ko dun sa production.
And masaya, happy ka Happy ka dun sa nangyari. So, how do you find yourselves now?
Masaya ako dito sa ginawa naming production because
Urong ka ng onti sa mic. Baka mapagalitan ako sa...
Ayun, sorry. Ayun. No, because ang dami naming gustong sabihin dito sa show na to. One, bibihira sa dance shows ang magkaroon ng 10 shows. So that's a statement also. Mahirap, promise. Pero ginagapang namin and parang gusto lang namin subukan. Number 2, mahirap din talagang punuin ang contemporary dance shows. Pero gusto talaga naming ilaban na, iba tong experience. Number 3, itong mga pyesa na nag-exist pa since 2013 all the way to 2025 pieces, makikita mo na, nag-resonate din siya, hindi lamang sa mga dancers, but also doon sa, just nakaka-appreciate lang ng dance. And may hope ako na, na-appreciate niya. So, posible talaga tong lumaki at posible pa tong mag-expand.
Yeah.
With the help of our collaborators, si Miko, si D, si RV, si Wika, si Joyce. Kasi parang, gosh, totoo ngang may marami pang posible for contemporary dance. Yun ang ano ko, doon ako excited.
And I think, I think magta-translate pa din. And again, I haven't seen it. But I think the fact that it's a time capsule of what was artful for you during that time will translate.
Yeah.
Even if you bring in new collaborators. And also because you will bring in new collaborators, you bring new life to a piece that you've done as years ago. So feeling ko there's joy there.
Yes, and more than that, it becomes my love letter to the dance community.
Yeah.
As in, alam mo, yung mag-uumpisa yung show, sasabihin ko na, wala nang spoiler alert. Mag-uumpisa yung show doon sa buhay ng mga dancers. As in, and meron doong choreographer na very strict. Talagang the old school type of teacher. Tapos, eventually, ipapakita dito yung development niya. And it resonates so much sa akin. Because medyo maiksi ang pasensya ko before. But with lahat ng mga trabahong nagawa ko in the past, tinuruan niya akong mas maging collaborative at pasensyoso.
And masaya yung ganon. And kumbaga, it's also not just a love letter for dance, but also to your career as well. Kasi yun nga na journal mo siya kumbaga with this particular production. And I think you mentioned nga na noon hindi ka pasensyoso, maraming experiences na brought you to where you are now. And a lot of and through that journey, a lot of people came and has experienced and observed your journey. And a handful of people is sa mga nakatrabaho ko si Al. Nakatrabaho ko si Al Garcia.
Al Garcia.
Oo,
okay.
noon na for isang NGO work.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tapos ang sabi niya sa'yo is he describes you as someone who always wants to play. And what are your thoughts about yun nga, the idea of play in movement, and how is it how do you utilize play with regards to accessibility to your field of contemporary dance?
Okay. Okay. So, nag-aral ako ng sayaw para ma-acquire ko all the tools ng choreography, ng technique sa pagsasayaw. But yung paglalaro allows me to break those rules. Ganon siya. So, pag nagko-choreograph ako gumagawa ng sarili kong rules. At yun yung maganda doon kasi wala akong limits in a way. Hindi ako masyadong restricted and hindi ako masyadong tali sa kung ano yung iisipin ng conventions of dance composition. And doon ako always na-excite na pagka nagkamali ako, pagka hindi maganda yung ginawa ko, okay, papalitan ko, try ko to, what if ganito, at yun yung nagiging core ko sa pag-create. Basically, ganun lang, Jello. Talagang yung laro, it means allowing me to fail many times.
And
period.
Sabi din na they describe you as someone who talagang finds these spaces in rhythm pagdating sa movement. So how do you explain that for how do you visualize that for your audience? Kasi ako, this is just what they say about you, but how do you express that with your choreography?
Paano ba explain yun?
Like paano, kahit hindi siya explanation of movement, like ano yung experience mo, ano yung feelings mo about it? Why do you have to find these pockets in rhythm? Why hindi ba art in itself na yung may ritmo? Bakit naglalaro ka nandoon sa loob ng mga espasyo?
Ano lang siya, feeling ko gut siya. Alam mo kung kunyari makinig ka ng Britney Spears, tapos itong chorus na, you drive me crazy, tugudug pam pam. Magkaiba tayo kung paano natin papakinggan at kung paano tayo maglalagay ng accent doon sa chorus na yon. So ako, sinusundan ko lang yung paano ko ba naririnig tong galaw na to. So it's like may sarili akong visual, may sarili akong naririnig din dito sa music na ito with all the instrumentations and all the visuals. But also, may isa pa akong technique. Alam mo yung magsusquint ka and then parang magiging blurred yung paningin mo. And somehow you see something else. Yung kunyari ngayon, may nakikita akong parang stands. Pero pag nag-squint ako, iba siya sa akin. Parang nagiging stick siya sa lechon. Something like that. So, gusto ko lang yung china-challenge ko lang din yung sarili ko na ano ba yung nakikita ko dito na pwede ko pang makita. Ganun lang siya.
And for me, ano din yung
feeling ko nga ang babaw nun eh. Nagtatawa ko minsan pag ina-explain ko yun. Pero wala.
I mean,
sumisiwang lang.
for saltik lang talaga yan.
Saltik lang talaga. If it works, thank you. Go, try natin.
True.
Commit.
Yung tipong naka 4-4 tayo, lagyan mo ng triplet sa gitna.
Bakit hindi? Diba? If kaya siya, go.
Laban. Oo. Lagyan mo ng waltz kahit 4-4.
Ganoon lang siya. It's just always trying. Kasi kung mag-work naman siya, edi go. Edi kung hindi, okay, at least we tried.
At saka magre-resonate naman yan kung kahit yung choreographer naghahanap ng joy.
Correct.
In naglalaro.
Correct.
Tatranslate siya eh.
Kung ang sinigang nga pwedeng lagyan ng pakwan, di ba? Bakit ang sayaw
Sa
pwede?
true, ma'am. Hindi kami sponsored, ha? Pero baka naman manam. Charis. And ako, now that we parang preview natin your current production in A Dance in a Day in a Dance. Also, we look back at your career. Ano yung tingin mong gusto mong i-express sa audiences mo it doesn't necessarily have to be, the general audience, even the people that you care about. What is your artistic statement now that you are at
artistic
a point?
Statement na kami.
Ay, totoo ma.
Ito na yung may music na parang ano.
Pa-miss you na tayo. Dapat nakaganyan ka.
Patent.
Hindi kasi, let's be honest, it's such a brave thing. Not just chorus line. It's a big thing, sure. Chorus line is a big thing. But it's a brave thing to put yourself out there and put up a production na alam mong hindi talaga siya parang hindi siya sagot gulaman ng tao. Hindi siya yung mako-consume
Pero
agad.
alam mo kasi ang dami ding nagva-vouch talaga. Tapos ang dami talagang willing to support and help.
Oo.
So I think yung courage na yon, doon din siya nagmula. Na parang, go, tutuloy mo yan, susuportahan ko. Like you! Support, giving me a platform to do a podcast, like malaking bagay to sa amin.
Oo.
Hindi siya yung gusto ko lang and then mangyayari siya. Ang dami ding talagang taong tutulong.
Yeah.
Yun. Only if you ask. So,
Totoo. And where do you see yourself now na you started out following the footsteps of your brother, learning the discipline from your teachers from UP, from Philippine High School of the Arts. How are you expressing yourself as an artist now that you have a Dance in a Day and a Dance and chorus line? Kumbaga, asan ka na?
I'm also doing bagets, by the way.
Ah, you're
So
doing bagets
kasabay
din?
bagets
Oh
na
my
musical
mom,
sa Newport.
kaya mo pa?
With Peta. Kailangan ko lang i-mention kasi medyo magkasunod sila.
Gay audacity talaga to.
A dance in a gay in a
Siyempre, na-miss ko yung bagets. Kasalanan ko yun. Pero
Wala
talaga,
pa. Magra-run pa ano.
Ikaw din pala ang choreo ng bagets.
Ngayon, magra-run siya ng end of January.
So, yun na nga. So, what is the...
Okay.
Where are you now?
Literally, as in kung
Nasa Cubao Expo ka.
Legit kung Miss You answer, but also dream talaga namin to, like the highest goal is to really make yung contemporary dance career a sustainable career dito sa Pilipinas. Like legit yun
Totoo.
Like tunog siyang Miss You answer, pero ang dami kasi talagang magagaling na dancers ng Pilipinas.
Totoo, ma'am.
Pero ang dami din kasing opportunities abroad, 'di ba? But what if magkaroon din ng maraming opportunities dito for us dancers? Isang step pa lang itong a Dance in a Day and a Dance. And if that means making contemporary dance more accessible and more understandable to general audience para lang maging sort of circular yung economy dito sa dance, na parang okay, mag-produce kami ng show so we can provide profit sa dancers, that iikot lang ulit, etc.
Yeah.
Yun ang gagawin namin. Mahirap lang taga sa beginning, Jello.
Oo. And again, you mentioned nga during in some of your interviews na the goal is for you to be able to make your performances accessible to your mom. And where are you now in that journey? What with regards to your audiences? Like how are you now with how do you feel now that you have this a Dance in a Day and a Dance?
No, so etong first weekend namin, sobrang overwhelm ako sa responses ng audience na ang effort nilang mag-post sa social media about their experience watching our production, and parang nagkakaroon kami ng hope na, uy, posible itong ginagawa natin only if we refine a few more things maybe in the future. Posible siya. Like, hindi tayo magsa-stop dito. Nandun yung pakiramdam namin na, sige, igagapang natin to, itilalaban, at na mas nakaka-excite rather than nakakalungkot sa pakiramdam. So I really hope na mas maraming tao ang makapanood nito.
Ako din. I'm as I grew up watching contemporary dance nga, folk dance actually. Gusto ko na isa rin sa mga dahilan kung bakit ako nag-invest on guesting you guys, kasi hindi siya for me, hindi siya ibang, kumbaga hindi siya potahe, ulam siya. Kasabay ng mga iba't ibang klase ng palabas sa teatro, straight play man yan, spoken word, poetry, or musical. Hindi siya potahe, hindi siya small thing eh. It's a main course. Only buffet lang talaga ng selection.
No.
Kailangan masama siya sa pinagpipilian. And
Yeah.
is there as we end our discussion, ano yung gusto mong masabi sa mga aspiring dancers, movement, o yung mga actually mga katulad ko na mga actors na gusto pa rin matutong sumayaw. Like how do you invite us into the world of movement?
Na there's room for everyone.
Yeah.
As in na may pwedeng mag-coexist ang mga bagay-bagay na ito without competing actually. Because someone and somewhere and sometime may manonood at makaka-appreciate ng ginagawa natin. Itong show namin hindi lang to para sa mga dancers. Para din talaga to sa mga katulad nyo. Na nakaka-appreciate ng sayaw. Because you also get to understand kung ano yung mga pinagdadaanan naming professional dancers. And I think it can also resonate doon sa struggles. Bakit bang hilig natin sa mga struggles in life?
Mga nating bagay.
Pwede namang lang. Butterflies. Ganda lang. Oo. Hindi ko sa pinagyayabang yung production namin. But
pagyabang.
Sinasabi ng mga tao na they feel things na only dance can do.
Kasi hindi niya hinahain sa'yo in terms of words eh.
Yes.
Hinahayaan ka niyang, parang bihikulo lang siya para mailabas yung actual nararamdaman mo.
Yes.
Oo.
Yes.
And as we close, I would like to give this time for you to promote your upcoming shows.
Wow.
This is your last week.
I know!
So,
I know!
Baka kaya pa nating ihabol ang mga ticket push. Let's go!
Hello po, mga kababayan natin dito sa Pilipinas.
Wow!
Kung may time kayo at meron pa kayong extra energy this weekend, October 17 to 19, baka maaari niyong bisitahin ang aming production, A Dance in a Day in a Dance by Mary Dance, choreographed by me, directed by Miko Angeles, sa Doreen Black Box Theater, Arete, Ateneo de Manila. 2 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Please, please, please. Tapos mag-hello kayo sa akin pag nakanood kayo doon.
Oo, masaya yan. And also, you have a couple of big productions naman coming soon as well?
Yes.
So,
hindi ko alam paano i-ask yung Bagets, the musical, line produced by PETA and by Viva. And Theater Group Asia's A Chorus Line happening very, very, very soon.
Ma'am, nakaka-intense ang mga auditions.
Yes! Ang final audition namin na yun, October 25. Final audition na yun. And then, may-meet na namin yung director. Please, stay tuned.
Pero I invite everyone. Last week na ng A Dance in a Day and a Dance, so please buy your tickets. And with that, maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat, Jello. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you sa lahat ng mga nanood. And again, this is going to be, sadly, this is our season ender. But that doesn't mean that hindi tayo kailangan motherhood statement pagdating sa mga last episode natin.
But sorry.
Walang sorry. Dapat, hain sa inyo. Chares. At maraming salamat. Palakpakan naman natin para sa mga guests natin.
Thank you.
At kay JMW.
Yay!
Paalam. Like, follow, and subscribe, everyone. See you around.
Bakit ako gumano?